Alright, this is Q-Ballah from Montreal, and this is my review of the debate between me and FTFE and McToon on March the 28th, 2024. So apparently, according to some people, I somehow lost this debate. Not only that, but I was humiliated. That's odd, because I had the impression that I've won this debate, and it was like very conclusive. Like there was no gray zone there. Okay, so I'm gonna explain to you guys what happened and why I won this debate, why I've won. Okay, first of all, we all knew the topic was, is an ice rink curved? It doesn't say in the title, but it was not about the curvature of the Earth, the alleged curvature of the Earth. But as Craig was saying right here, he said, you realize I never said it's curved to the globe. You just made that assumption. Ice rink are curved more toward the edges for drainage of surface meltwater. And in the post, I make it very clear. Okay, they're both tagged, they both saw the post. Okay, I make it very clear that the surface of the ice supposedly curved due to the drainage system, the draining system, even though outdoor rinks do not have draining system. They're both tagged, they both saw the post, and I want to show you Michael Toon's comment here. That was 4 days ago, so 2 days before the debate. Looking forward to the measurement of ice rink. When he made that comment, I already had measurement from one ice rink. I wasn't satisfied. It was conclusive, but I wanted to do better, so I went back to 2 different arenas with more measurement. Okay, so the conversation went on like, so am I looking forward? Did you get out of Mom's basement to take some measurement of some ice rink? And when he says it's your claim, that meant he didn't get out to take some measurement. So I knew I was owning that debate even before it started. All right.
Distant son.
I think I had something else I wanted to show. No, that's about it. So let's go into the debate. I'm gonna let the debate play. I started it at my introduction, okay? And when I need to say something, I'm gonna pause. So let's watch the debate together.
Since most people don't know you, I don't think.
Yeah, I come from Montreal, so I'm French Canadian, so I have a big accent. I'm aware of this. I didn't want to debate in English anymore because it's not my first language. I feel unease. I don't have a rich vocabulary, and like I'm searching for my words like right now. And plus, when I'm nervous because I'm on camera, I did not want to debate in English anymore. Okay, but
you're here.
This came up. Okay, the ice rink was my idea, my original idea. No.
You know, because the Globers always say that we follow the people on YouTube. Oh, you've been told by someone on YouTube. But that's not the case. We're taken by ourselves. The Globers follow whatever mainstream say. That's pure projection.
A guru on YouTube told me to think about the ice rink as to picture the model of the flat Earth, like needs a container, lies flat at the surface.
Okay.
And when I told that to Craig, he said that it was curving. The surface of the ice is not flat; it's curving due to the draining system, like the floor.
See, I say it again. It's not about the curvature of the Earth. It's about the curve caused by the draining system. Even if we consider the fact that not all ice rink have draining system. They're in deep shit and they don't realize it.
Or, for example, if the
We'll get into that. We'll get into that.
Yeah, but I know. But it was so ridiculous that I've decided to debate in English for
All right.
maybe a last time.
You're out of
Because
retirement
it's-
for a one-time only return matchup.
Yeah.
I like
But
it.
I'm still looking for.
I don't know why they're laughing here. They're probably nervous because they know I'm coming up with something. They probably assume that I have some kind of measurement because I was so confident before the debate. But they probably plan just to say, oh, no. They don't accept the measurement. They deny the fact that I present in the debate. But knowing what we know now, if you saw the debate, if you didn't, spoiler alert, I have some measurement. I know, Jaron knows, he was aware of all the process. I was telling him like, okay, I'm not satisfied with this. I'm going to go back to the arena. I went back. I messaged him when, yes, I have the okay, because it wasn't easy to have the okay to go on the ice. All this process went on while they did nothing. They had no measurement. Okay, now we know what we know. The first time you watched the debate, you didn't know what was coming. Now you know. Let's watch.
French debaters. No one stepped up so far. There's $100 on the table for anyone who wants to debate me in French. No one who believes in the global delusion can defeat me in a debate in French. No one. You have a degree in science, anything, physics, math. Come to debate me. I give you $100. Even if you think you lose or win the debate, you're gonna have the $100. I want to debate in French.
There's the challenge, guys. If anybody wants to learn French for that $100, you could do that. We are going to start with a coin toss in 1 second here. Let me make sure I have this one up. Okay, and let's see if we've got it here. So I'm just going to show this. It's easier. Yeah, it'll probably work. Actually, let me do that.
Look at Craig. Look at Craig's face. The little smile. Why are you even smiling? It's because he's nervous, because he knows something is coming. I was overconfident and posting everywhere on Facebook like, don't miss that debate.
So who wants to? We'll let Kevin go first because he's new and all that fun stuff. Let me get this on the screen for everybody. Unfortunately, this is not going to work. So there we go. It's kind of a weird color there. All right, you got to choose between modern day debate or Debateism X. Which one do you want to pick?
The 30 minute each.
No.
Oh, yes, I fucked up here. I misheard that it was a coin toss because I'm not familiar with the formula. But yeah, I fucked up.
We're just going to do a coin toss real quick. So do you want heads or tails, basically? Modern day debate?
Okay. The heads.
Heads is going to be modern day debate. Heads is modern day debate. Let's see. And or Debateism X. What's going to win there? Let's see. If it's modern day debate, they're 2-0. All right, it's 1-1. That's good. All right, it is actually Debateism X. So it's going to be up to your opponents whether they want to go first or second. Up to you guys.
I'll go second. We go second.
Yeah. Kevin, the floor is all yours, my French-Canadian friend.
Okay, so you got one.
Thank you very much, because I wanted to start first, okay?
Well, we just got, this is going to be your minute intro, and then we get started with the clock. So go ahead for a minute and just kind of lay out what you were talking about before, why we're having this, but keep it to a minute. And you can start whenever you want, and the clock will start.
Yes, as I was saying, the ice rink was my original idea of observation of the basic physics of water, needs a container, lies flat at the surface. And it represents me because I am a hockey fan. For people who know me, I am a big hockey fan. I always was. But right now, I'm telling you, the Habs are playing. The Habs is my team. And I don't give a fuck anymore about hockey when it comes to flat earth and my research, it goes first. Like hockey it's second to flat Earth right now in my life. So
Look at Craig. Why are you laughing? Like, it's my life. I used to be a huge hockey fan, but since I've discovered flat Earth, it gradually went to. It's more important to me nowadays to talk about flat Earth and the conspiracies than the hockey, because I know hockey is useless. It's there to distract us and to put us against each other.
I used to be a huge hockey fan, but I'm less of a hockey fan, but still. Okay, I'm still a hockey fan, and the hockey rink represent me. That's why the in the turnbell, my image sitting on a throne made of puck. And
okay, time. Okay, you guys, that was your time. It's just a 1 minute intro, and
yeah, it's okay.
Yep, and then you guys can either do it together as a team on each other's laps, or you can have one of you do it real quick. Just a minute.
I'll have 30 seconds. Then Toon can talk.
Go ahead. We'll start the clock when you start.
Yeah, Kevin is always saying a bunch of stuff that he's never got any evidence for, and when he said that ice rinks are flat, I know it's not true because water is never flat, and also when I've seen temporary ice rinks in Edinburgh, they had edges that were curved with a bit of away from it, so they come out after they'd finished.
Oh, you've seen it. Does he measure it? Did he measure it? Does he have measurement? He has nothing. Like, oh, you've seen it. Like, you've seen it. So that's his argument. You've seen it.
There each session and sweep the water away. So I know that ice rinks aren't flat, and Toon can also back up with it not being flat, can't you, Toon?
Yeah, no shit. Toon can back you up. No shit.
Yeah, if you could control for not expanding and things like that. But I just want to say I will be at Will Duffy's church April 13 and 14. Hopefully a flat earther will come and debate me in person on April 13. Let Will Duffy know, or let me know. That's all I want to put in there. Hi, Kevin.
All right.
That's my intro.
All right, that is the intro. All right, so just so you guys know how the show works, this is a little different to keep the conversation from having people talk over each other. We're going to mute the other team when the other team is talking, and they can go as long as they want. Hopefully when you're done talking, you guys can say something like done or okay or something, so I know to switch to the other person. And then also you guys have a buzzers, and you'll notice that there's on the screen 2 buzzers each side, and the buzzer actually gives you control over the conversation. It'll just be 10 seconds, and then the mute will switch, and that's how we will go with it. And then after the end of 2, you have no more of those. We'll go until both teams have gone 30 minutes. Let's set the clocks at 30 minutes if we could, please. And we're going to start with, who do we say? Oh, yeah, Kevin's going to start, right? Okay, so I'm muting you, gone. Okay, Kevin, it's all yours. When you start, 1 second, let's get your clock at 30, and we'll be good to go. Almost. There we go. So whenever you start, it's all yours. You can say whatever you want, go as long as you want. When you're ready to have them talk, just say done, or they'll buzz in if they get tired of hearing you talk. Are you ready? Let's get it on.
Thank you very much. So, you don't need, when you understand the physics of water, like you can observe water, like I have a video on my YouTube channel that I pour water in a plate, and people laugh at me, oh, you pour water in a plate, but it's the basic way to...
Look at Craig's reaction. Like, taking off his glasses, face palm, grabbing his face. Like, why? Because I pour water in a plate? Well, that's a way to observe water. You pour it in a plate and you observe how it behaves. It needs a container because if the plate weren't there, the water would spill everywhere. But the plate is the container, and you can observe that it's flat at the surface. That's the physics of water.
Observe how water behaves. You pour it in a plate, okay? It lies flat. Of course, the Globerg will say, oh no, there's a slight curve, but we can't see it. Okay, You can't see it, you can't measure it, but it exists. It's there. It's there because science says so. Their science, okay? So, when you bigger the scale, okay, like you can imagine a swimming pool or observe a swimming pool in real life, and a lake, an ocean, okay, the water behaves the same. Even if the scale gets bigger, the water behaves the same. It doesn't change. It's only in your head that there's a slight curve to follow the curvature of the earth, okay? So, of course, water has been measured, the flatness of water has been measured with laser. And well, they will say refraction or whatever just to deny the fact. But when it's hard, when like ice, it's easy to measure with a level. Like they're gonna say, when I was talking in private with Craig, he was saying, with a level, the bubble follows the gravity. So I said, yeah, use a laser level. And he said, refraction? Yeah, sure, refraction. Like, if I measure a couple of meters indoors, like, is there refraction? Like, if it is so, a level, whether it's level with a bubble or a laser level, it's useless. Why would we use a level if it's curved, if it's follow the curve? That doesn't make any sense. Like the what it's called, Force the Line by Brian Mullins, when he proposed a construction that you put there's something that's holds.
Okay, here I want to pause it because I'm really struggling because of the language barrier to explain what is the force the line experiment, okay? So I'm gonna film something here, okay? Okay, this is well, I don't need to film, I just need to show you. Yeah, this is Jenga blocks, okay? So this is to picture the force the line experiment, pardon me. Okay, so first of all, you make an arch, a first arch, okay, and you level your, let's say those are 2x4, okay, you level your 2x4 with the next one, level with the next one, level with the next one, okay, and you do that for miles, okay, miles, okay. Hypothetically, it's possible, and in real life, it's possible. It's a lot of work too. Okay, I made a video on that, and people say, "Oh, are you gonna build your fence?" It's a lot of work. Okay, I could do it. Everyone could do it. It's not really expensive. You have to invest some money in it, but not $1 million. Okay, if you do it but with 2x4, all you need is a level or some levels, laser with bubble, and some 2x4. Not for miles of 2x4, because once, okay, your first part is level and you're here, you can unbuild this. Okay, unbuild this, Jenga, and start here, you know, and all behind this is level, so you keep going and it's level, okay? So this is straight, it's level. That's why a tool, a level exists, to make it straight. It doesn't follow the curvature of the earth. So if there is a curvature of the earth and the earth goes downwards like that, and this is level, so your 2x4 that's in the ground is gonna have to be higher, and you're gonna witness. Okay, it's gone. Anyway, I was done with it. Okay. So let's get back to the debate. I was struggling to explain that because of the language barrier, but now with the example, I hope you get what the Force the Line experiment by Brian Mullins. I invite you to go see it on YouTube. With the 2x4, it's my version. his version is much more sophisticated. Like he calls out Disney, like a corporation with a lot of money, to make such a structure, because it's a lot of work even with 2x4. So the way Brian Mullins proposed it, it's even a bigger structure. That's why he calls out Disney or whoever has the money to build such a structure. Okay, so let's get back to the debate.
Let's see a 2x4 hold another 2x4, and like that, okay, like a fence, okay, and you level the top of the fence. Are you familiar?
Yeah, that's what I was saying, because people say, "Oh, your fence gonna follow the curvature of the earth." Well, why would we use a level though? Then it's useless to use a level if it doesn't verify if it's straight. You understand now? All our buildings, according to the Globers, because they were built with levels to see if it's straight, but they're not straight. In fact, they follow the curvature of the Earth, which is absolute nonsense.
Here, Jaron, with the force the line experiment, it's you always level the top, and as you go on, if the Earth is curved, if you're going uphill the curve, that's stupid to say, but that's what the Glober think. You can go uphill or downhill. You get the because the top is level, the 2x4 are gonna.
Yeah, I'm really struggling here, like explaining what is the the force the line experiment. It's really simple. It's just like it's hard to explain. Well, for me in English, it was hard to explain at this moment.
Are gonna go like more in the ground, if you're uphill the curve. I don't know if you're following me. That's what I'm saying. I'm not perfect bilingual, so I have problem to express myself. But it's a level. It's useful to measure if it's straight. It's not true that if you put to level the top of your fence, that it's gonna follow the curve. Like when you build a building, when I go inside Place Ville-Marie in Montreal, the floor is straight. It's been measured straight with a level. It doesn't follow the curvature of the earth, Place Ville-Marie. And that goes for all the construction, tunnels, metro, and everything. Okay? But I talk to, construction guys every day.
Look at Craig's laughing. He has no experiment in construction. Not only that, but he hasn't been talking lately to construction guy, which I was. They're the ones at Place Ville-Marie. They were redoing the 38th floor. I have two clients on the 38th floor at Place Ville-Marie. So at some point, I saw the laser level. They had two kinds. One that worth $600 and another one that worth $80. The one I bought, it was more like the one at $80. The one at $600 was making a right angle with the laser. It's really efficient, he told me. So Craig is laughing there because I'm talking about construction. How they build a building, like they use a level to make everything straight, and he's laughing. Why is he laughing? It's reality.
I crossed their path, and even if they believe that the earth is a globe, because most people do, they're not going to say that the floor follows the curvature of the earth. They measure it with a level. Okay? So I went to a couple of arenas, and 3 to be exact, and I talked.
So now I mentioned that I went to arenas, and I already had mentioned in private to Craig that eventually I would take measurement. So they pretty much connected the dots now that I had measurement coming. Probably. Okay?
The staff, and I didn't come as a flat earther, you know. I didn't say, oh, it's for a debate. I did say, I did say I was arguing with people on the internet, but I didn't say flat earth, globe earth. So they remain objective, and they said that what Craig was saying made absolutely no sense. And
that was the common ground for all the staff in all the arenas. What Craig was saying was nonsense, okay? And anyone with a half of brain and who think logically would agree with that what Craig was saying, which was that the ice rink will be curved due to the drainage system, made no sense. Because let's picture the ice rink freezes curved due to the draining system. Let's say it did, okay? Because it didn't freeze, there was not enough water, it spilled away, it's freezing, it's curved. They're gonna add water and make it flat. That's the goal of a ice rink. It's flat. If it's not flat, they're gonna add water.
One of the guy even said it's physics. Like the water, it's gonna.
Yeah, the guy who said that's physics. I posted the video. It was with my GoPro. My GoPro was in my chest and filming, and I didn't even know that. And the guys, when I told the guy the argument was, yeah, it was curved because of the draining system. He said, well, it makes no sense. It's flatten it out. It's physics. So I repeat just to make it clear. I say, yeah, that's it. It's physics. That video, I'm gonna put it on YouTube eventually. The interview with the chat with the guy of the arena. He's the one who told me about the laser Zamboni, which make the ice perfectly flat.
It's gonna lie flat. When someone is not in that debate, they think logically. And
yeah, that's the thing. When you don't tell them about flat earth, globe earth, it doesn't tilt in their head like, no, it's curved. They don't think about it. And they think logically, yeah, when you pour water into the ice ring, it's gonna lie flat. Then it freezes flat. If there are imperfections, like let's say for an outdoor ring, and the grass is taller at some place and it goes through and there's bumps, you're gonna have water, okay? You're gonna add water until it's flat.
Objectively, like, yeah, you put water in the, like, I'm gonna share my screen here just
Notice that Craig is laughing constantly. He's laughing all alone. I don't know why, you know?
I'm just gonna look for a video.
Well, right now, he's laughing. I'm gonna tell you why. Because I know why. He's laughing because before we started streaming, we practiced my share screening because Jaron was aware that I had things to share and I had never shared screen before, and I was struggling like, oh, is it like this, like that? And Craig knew I had problem to share screen, so he was laughing at me. Ha ha ha! Look, he's not as used as being on his computer as we are. Look, ha ha ha!
Yeah. I'm gonna share my screen.
Look at him biting his lips and ha ha ha! He has problem sharing his screen. Ha ha ha!
Can you see my screen now?
He's in the chat. Look at him in the chat. Oh, look at him. He's struggling sharing his screen.
Yes, we see your computer screen. Yes.
Okay. So just to picture, okay, this is the making of an ice rink, okay? There's no sound.
That was only to picture what I had in my head. Because when I go through parks here in Montreal, every year I see the ice rink being made and in springtime being unmade, okay? And if I'm lucky, I'm gonna pass through a park where when they put the water in. Okay. Well, if I'm lucky, if I want to observe the water, but you know, we're gonna observe it. What the idea I had in my head, like the boards represent the container, which would be the ice wall on the flat Earth model, and the world, the known world, the known Earth. Okay, there's more water. We can agree that there's more water than land. Okay, not sure about the percentage. If I say 71, the people are gonna say, "Oh, you use mainstream numbers," but we can agree that there are water and land, whatever the percentage. Okay, and we can observe that the physics of water, that it lies flat and it stops at the container, and if there is no container, the water wouldn't stay here, it would spill everywhere. That's the basic. Okay, so now that's why I played that video, to make everyone picture the idea I had in my head.
It doesn't matter. Okay. Look, the ground is not it's not level or straight. It's grass. No.
And there's no drainage system. So right there, the debate should have been over. Like, oh yeah, true. Eh? What about the outdoor rinks? There's no draining system there. So what do I have? I'm speaking like I'm Craig or McToon. I have nothing.
It's bumpy and everything. So let's look at it.
Yeah, just watch. That was my idea. The board.
Now they just put that's pretty clever to play at night. Eh? They put lights underneath to make the lines and shit. Okay, that's the ice wall here. The boards is the ice wall. And now, okay, let's look at it. The making of an ice rink, that's the topic. And now you put the water in. Fill in with water. Okay? So, the water goes over the bumpy ground until it's flat and level. And if it's not flat and level,
it's flat there. You know, the bumps of the bumpy grass is not there anymore. The water went over and it freezed. That's the goal. Okay? The more flat your ice rink, the better it is.
oh, they're gonna put more water, okay, to make it flat and level. That's the way you make an ice rink. Okay? That was it.
That's it? Like you're passing it to them, or are you still talking?
No. I'm still talking. Okay. I'm just trying not to share my screen anymore.
Just quit sharing.
Of course, Craig's laughing because he knows I'm struggling with the share and stop sharing. So, look at him. He's so dumb. He's not as used to be on a computer as we are.
Hit stop share, or I'll actually put it back on the screen anyway.
Yeah, stop share.
Okay, good.
All right. So, yeah, we've seen the making of an ice rink, okay? So, Craig was saying that the reason why, okay, let's make it clear here, okay?
Okay, I say, let's make it clear. I've already said it in the building up of the debate in threads to make it clear for Toon and Craig McNeil that the debate wasn't about the alleged curvature of the globe that was making the ice curve. That wasn't it. That was the curvature caused by some drainage system in some of the ice rink. Not this one that we just witnessed though. Okay? So let's play.
He wasn't saying that it was curved due to the curvature of the Earth.
Okay, and when it first started, the debate in Facebook about this, some people came and talked about the curvature of the Earth, and Craig say, "Oh, we both agree. We both agree that it's curved." Okay. You're saying that it's the same thing to agree that the curve that would be caused by the alleged curvature of the Earth, the slight curve that is undetectable, unmeasurable, and of course we can't see it. Okay? It's the same thing that saying that it's curved due to the drainage system. That would be as scientific as saying that the Montreal here downtown, okay, there's a mountain in the middle of downtown here in Montreal. It's a little mountain, okay, would be the same thing as Mount Everest. Well, it's the same thing. It's curved. It's a mountain. It's the same thing. So saying that we both agree to it's the same thing saying that it's curved due to the curvature of the Earth and it's curved due to the drainage system. It's as ridiculous as saying that it's the Montreal is the same thing as Mount Everest.
A very slight curve that you can't see, you can't measure, you can't detect, but stop share.
Okay, good.
All right.
I just want to I rewind it a little bit just to listen from when I say I just want to make it clear.
So we've seen the making of an ice ring, okay? So Craig was saying that the reason why, okay, let's make it clear here, okay? He wasn't saying that it was curved due to the curvature of the Earth, the very slight curve that you can't see, you can't measure, you can't detect, but it's there. He wasn't talking about it, okay? He was talking about, like, if there's a hole in the middle, for example, like I went at the 1000 La Gauchetière, it's the tallest building here in Montreal, okay? And there's an ice rink inside, okay? It's not a hockey rink.
Look at Craig's laughing. Why is he laughing? I'm telling you, I went to the hockey rink. It's located in the tallest building in Montreal. He laughs. Why would you laugh at this moment?
But it's an ice rink. And they're for drainage, they barely drain it. It's always there. Like it's a 12.
And he goes in the chat. Well, what can he say in the chat? He talks about a building that I don't know. He actually went to ice rinks while I stay in Mom's basement typing on my computer. I so won that debate. Knowing what we know now, eh?
On the ice rink, okay? So there's a hole in the middle. So when it melts, the water goes in the hole. So the ground slopes like a bathtub, for example. Bathtub is a good example. Like when you fill the bathtub, your water doesn't follow the bottom of the bath. It's flat at the surface. That's
a good example because that destroys his idea of the ice not being flat due to the draining system, because you can observe any like a bathtub, a toilet, or a sink. Okay, the bottom of the sink, of the toilet, of the bathtub is not flat, but the water at the surface is flat, and if you freeze it, it's gonna remain flat. Right there, he's lost, but he keeps going and laughing for some reason.
Physics. That's physics. And there's no slight curve either, but that's not the topic.
Okay, I say it again. There's no slight curve either, but that's not the topic. That's not the slight curve we're talking about. We're talking about the curve caused by the draining system.
I repeat, that's not the topic, because I know they're going to bring measurement of other people. No first-hand measurement, because those two losers don't go out to do experiment and measurement. They just...
You see, I call it there, okay? And that's why I warned. That's not the topic. We're not talking about the curvature of the Earth. We're talking about the drainage system. And even though I warned them, Don't come up with your second-hand measurement of the alleged curvature of the Earth, of a lake, when the topic is about the ice rink and how it's not flat because of the drainage system. I know I repeat myself, but I repeated myself so much in the debate, and it went over their head, and it went over the head of a lot of globies who say I actually lost the debate, which makes no sense.
Laugh at people who do go out to have measurement and observation. They stay in front of their computer, they laugh at people, they insult people who do research. Okay? So they won't have any measurement of an ice rink. These two come to debate me with no measurement of ice rinks. Okay? I know that Toon doesn't play hockey because he didn't even know where Montreal was when I first talked to him. And Craig, well, he doesn't play hockey, he never laces skate. That's what a guy told me at the arena. He said, well, the guy you are arguing with, he never laces skate. Okay? Craig was saying that the ice would be like that if the hole is in the middle, because the ground is like that.
I just want to explain here, because in the screenshot, he said it was curved towards the edges because of the draining system at the edges, okay? I didn't go to any ice rink with a draining system like that, but I'm not saying it doesn't exist, okay? I'm not saying it doesn't exist, okay? But at the Thousand Lagos, the one I'm talking about at the moment in the debate, it was a hole in the middle, in a tiny hole, they said, a very tiny hole. So, logically, the floor would be sloping towards, you know, the little hole in the middle. So the water drains by the little hole.
The ice is going to be curved. It's going to be like that. He was saying towards the edge because he was saying that the draining system was sending water outside of the ice rink. It's possible, but the 3 ice rink I went to, it wasn't like that. Okay? The Michel Normandin, the last one I went, he said there's no draining system at all.
Yeah, that's the thing. Michel Normandin, the one where I take the measurement with the box, the ruler taped to a box, which is a good idea. It's effective. Like, who cares which technique I use? We can see that it is effective. We can see the laser pointing at 5 centimeters all along. Like, you know, they're discrediting my measurement because they have none. But we can see that it is effective.
They pick up the water with the Zamboni, like they have a vacuum in that. And at Michel Normandin, they told me that last year they had a laser Zamboni. The Zamboni is the...
Yeah, that's the chat I had with the guy from the staff of the ice rink. He told me about the Zamboni, the laser Zamboni, which is made to make the ice as flat as possible. It's perfectly flat with the laser Zamboni when it works good, because he told me when it doesn't work good, it's hell, and it makes things worse.
Machine to surface the ice, okay, and the laser Zamboni, he says it puts the ice perfectly flat. He says perfectly flat. Okay, the guy didn't know it was flat globe debate. That's what he told me, and my GoPro was filming. I have him on film saying that. It's in French, okay? But look, the video with my GoPro.
Now, I had no time to show the chat because it lasted like 15 minutes or so, 10 or 15 minutes. But I just showed the video on my GoPro. Just look, I'm not bullshitting. I filmed by mistake the chat with this guy from the arena. He told me about the laser Zamboni. He also told me that it was delusional what Craig was saying because it was physics. He said it's physics. Water is gonna lie flat and level. That's what he said, and he wasn't aware that it was a debate, globe flat debate. So again, that chat with the staff member of the arena, I'm gonna put it on the internet soon enough. I filmed it from my GoPro and I put it already in some threads on Facebook. But I'm gonna put it on my YouTube channel probably later on today.
GoPro is right there. It was in my chest, and I forgot it was filming. Okay. That's not it. That's it. Okay. All right. So
Craig's still laughing nervously. I don't know why.
okay. That's the guy right here. I don't know if you can see. Okay, that's the guy right here.
We can see like barely, but we can see the guy standing.
I talked to him for about
and
15 minutes. And that's the guy who said, yeah, of course water is going to lie flat. It's physics. And he told me about the laser Zamboni. And there's one laser. He told me the city of Montreal owned two laser Zamboni.
After all, I've listened another time, and he doesn't say the city of Montreal. He says in Canada. In Canada, there's two laser Zamboni, and there was one at this arena last year because they don't have it anymore. And the other one is at the arena Maurice Richard, which is in Hochelag, another neighborhood in Montreal.
There was one at their arena, Michel Normandin, and another one at Maurice Richard. They still have it at Maurice Richard. The reason why they don't have it anymore at this place is because he says when it works, it's excellent. But when it doesn't work, good, it makes the ice worse because there's a knife on it. So at some place, when the laser detect that it's higher, the level is higher, it's gonna knife the ice, it's gonna scratch. And when it's lower, it's gonna put more water to make the ice perfectly flat.
That's the goal of the laser Zamboni, as flat as possible. That's when your ice ring is not flat, it's not a good quality ice ring. Trust me, I used to play hockey. On this ice, on the two ices I took measurement at, I played when I was a kid at these two arenas.
That's the point. When you have an ice rink, you want it as flat as possible. If you have a hole in the middle, you're gonna add water in that. If you have a bump, you're gonna scratch it. That's how you maintain ice. Okay, so all the staff from all the ice rink I went to, they had
Oh yeah, and Craig already saw a chat that I had with the staff of the Thousand La Gauche, which is not a hockey rink, it's an ice rink, the one located in the tallest building in Montreal, which Craig found it funny, but it's a fact. They didn't want me to measure there, but I started filming with my phone. I filmed the ice rink and I put it in my chest case. So I recorded the conversation, which was in French, but you know we can have it translated. And Craig saw this conversation already, so he knows that I've been talking to them, and they all thought, like I said, they all had a common ground. All the staff from all the arena. What Craig was saying makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. It's delusional.
They had the same opinion. Like I told them, like if I come with a level, a laser level, is it gonna be straight? They said not perfectly, but the reason wasn't the curve of the earth or the slope due to the draining system. It was because if people skated on it, or if the Zamboni, the way water freezes, if it freezes more at one location, it had, and it's logical. Like it's not 100% perfectly level and flat, but it's not because of the slope of the floor or the edge curve of the earth. So I'm gonna stop my clock now. I want to know what they have to say, and I'm just gonna repeat that I don't want to see second.
I repeat now, okay? I say I don't want to see second-hand measurement, and I don't want to see measurement of some lake or whatever. We're talking about the ice rink and the draining system, not the alleged curvature of the earth. I'm being very clear again, even though I've been clear before the debate, previously in the debate. Now I'm reiterating, I'm repeating it, if you may, just before the talk. Okay, just to make it clear again, even though I was clear before. Okay?
Hand measurement, okay? And I don't want to see measurement of the curvature of the earth. That's not what we're talking about. That would be irrelevant to the topic. We're talking
Irrelevant. Okay? But they decide, instead of saying, oh, I've come to this debate unprepared, okay, and me the victory right away, they've decided to go on with their second-hand measurement of people they don't even know, that they found on the internet, that could be deceiving, of lakes or whatever, not ice ring, and certainly not a drainage system.
about ice rink. If you have first-hand measurement of ice rink, yes, I want to see. If you went out of mommy's basement to take measurement with a level, I want to see it. All right? Go. Stop my clock.
And I want to make it clear, when I say mommy's basement, I know that they have their own houses and their family. I know them long enough. Okay? When I say mommy's basement, I mean they're always in the same room. Like Prof. Dave admitted it, like he spent 60 hours a week in the same room. Like, this is their job. They are working on their computer, to each their own job, but that's what they do. They are, quote unquote, in mommy's basement. That's what I call it. Okay, that's an expression. I'm not saying they are literally in mommy's basement, but they are inside. They don't go out to do research. From their computer, they insult people and they laugh at people who do real life in observation.
Thank you. And you can use your buzzer if you want to buzz back in. Otherwise, it's your guys' floor. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll go first if you don't mind.
Yeah, Toon, I was just wondering, did you see any measurements of the ice rink?
That's funny now, knowing what we know, because I know I have measurement. German knows I have measurement. He knows I want to wait till the end. Okay? And the first thing, oh, did you see any measurement? But now knowing what we know, okay?
Being flat.
Did not see any measurements.
Oh, no, I didn't either. Oh, anyway, yeah, over to you.
So yeah, let me.
I did not see any measurement, but he's gonna come with second-hand measurement of irrelevant topic, because it's irrelevant to the topic, that is measurement, because it's not of the ice ring and certainly not of a curvature due to the draining system.
Let me share. I'm going to share my screen here. Where to go? This. Okay, so I did some calculations. Obviously, if the Earth is flat, then there would be no curvature to the surface of ice. Assuming that the expansion, because ice gets larger as it freezes, assuming that didn't cause any buckling or anything, it'd be hard to control, but whatever. So I wrote this program here in Python. It's nice and simple.
See, I let him talk. But I could have buzzed right away to say, "Hey, Toon, you're irrelevant. You didn't hear what I say now." Okay, I've said measurement of the ice ring. Is it curved due to the draining system?
To use and to read. That's why I like the Python here. So put in the radius of the Earth, the circumference there, the length of the surface. In this case, it's 60.96 meters, which is the length of an NHL ice hockey rink. And then do the math there for how much curve the globe predicts. Run this little program here. And the globe predicts that the surface of the ice on an ice rink would curve by 0.0005 degrees, and that in the middle there would be a 0.07 millimeter hump. So in order to measure that...
So that number would be relevant if we were talking about the curvature of the Earth, which I don't believe exists either. But even if it did, it's irrelevant. That's what Toon never understood. He never understood, even though I warned him before the debate, hey, look at what you're agreeing with. You sure you want to debate me about this? Because I've shown the screenshot to Toon. You saw that he saw it. I tagged him in the post. Before that review, I shown that screenshot to make sure that all you guys know that Toon was aware that it wasn't about the curvature of the Earth. So he's living a straw man dream here.
Effectively, you'd want something that's at least precise enough to be one order of magnitude larger. So you'd need to be able to measure to 0.007 millimeters more. So just the calculations there, the predictions for the globe. I'm going to stop my share now, Jaron. But no, it's not my claim that the surface is flat. So I don't know why anybody would expect that I would bring the measurements, because I don't have the capability to measure to 0.007.
I heard it. We 10 seconds, so I was counting to 10 seconds next time. Go ahead.
Yeah. Can I talk?
Yep, you're on.
Yeah. We're talking about ice rink, eh? Ice rink.
We're talking about ice rink, Toon. As I said before, the 2 days before the debate, I've tagged you in the thread, and look, this is the topic. And as I said twice or maybe more in the debate, and just before you talk, I don't want you to talk about the curvature of the Earth. That's not the topic.
And not the alleged curvature of the Earth. I repeat, I think Toon misheard what I've said. It wasn't the alleged curvature of the Earth. We're not talking about the alleged curvature of the Earth. We're talking about the ground that's sloping, and the ice, according to Craig, would be following that slope. You understand, Toon? So what you showed was irrelevant to the topic. You understand? Okay, I'm stuck.
So, right there, I don't understand why even one person can think that I've lost that debate. Toon had nothing to bring to the table. Not only he had nothing, but he didn't even understand the topic. Even though I've been clear before the debate on Facebook, during the debate, and I have to interrupting to come back and say, whoa, you're irrelevant to the topic. We weren't talking about the curvature of the Earth. Craig was saying that, okay, I'm not going to repeat, it's the draining system.
I'm done interrupting.
Thank you. And you guys are back. Go ahead.
Okay, so according to Kevin, this is not a debate about whether or not the Earth is a globe or flat.
This was a debate about globe or flat, because the original idea of mine of observation of the ice ring as a model of the flat Earth, the board being Antarctica, and when you pour the water in, you can observe real life observation of the physics of water, which lies flat at the surface and needs a container, and when it freezes, it's easy to measure with a level.
It's just about ice rinks. Okay, well, I thought this was a flat Earth, globe Earth debate. All right.
Well,
Go ahead,
yeah.
Craig.
So, Kevin obviously has not been to every ice rink in the world and knows how every ice rink is designed. Some
I did not go to every ice rink in the world, of course not. Nobody went to every ice rink in the world, but I went to some ice rink, asked some question, took some measurement, versus Craig and McToon put together didn't go to any ice rink, even though they knew they were debating me about ice rink.
have draining systems at the side, some don't. Temporary ones that are usually up in, say, Edinburgh during Christmas and stuff, most certainly do have curved edges. And the way that they do it is by when they create the ice rinks, they've got two ovals around it, and then they move away the inner one to just leave the outer one and a little gap for the ice to drain off. And after every session of people...
that's just talking, okay? It doesn't matter the way the ice rink is built. It's when you pour the water in, that's what matters, because that's the observation I'm pointing at, the observation of the physics of water, and that's why it's relevant to flat visit globe Earth, because you can observe the physics of water, which compose our world. So you can bigger the scale in your head and picture like, okay, the physics of water lies flat at the surface and needs a container. So it's irrelevant to mention how ice rink was created. Like, who cares? Like, I showed an example at the beginning. We all saw it. Okay, it was built like that. If you have another technique to build your ice rink, who cares? What we care about, it's when you pour the water in, how water behaves.
Skating, people come out with little squeegees and they get all the run water and push it out to the edges. And then if they need to, they leave it to refreeze for a bit. But there's definitely curved edges for drainage on some ice rinks. Maybe not all of them. But my point was always that ice rinks aren't flat for a multitude of reasons. 1 second, I seem to be having...
That was your claim, but can you prove it? Can you bring something to the table? Oh, okay, you claimed it. Oh, okay, I hand you the victory. You claimed it. Wow, you that never lay skate, you saw that he didn't deny that he never lay skate. Like, it was a wild guess. I knew, okay, I pretty much knew, like I was 90% certain, but the fact that he didn't deny it, it's because it was true. He never laced the skate.
Internet issues, give me just a sec.
No problem.
Yeah, for a multitude of reasons. For the fact that the ice expands, for the fact that the Earth is curved and the ice will be, if it's level, following that particular, part of the Earth being level. I never said I had a measurement of ice rinks being flat, but what I do have is measurements of water being curved. And if water is curved...
Oh, you have measurement? You took measurement, or you went on the internet from your computer from mom's basement? You know what I'm saying? You didn't do any research. You didn't go out of mom's basement. You have second-hand measurement of water, which we're talking about ice, on an ice rink. And we're talking about the drainage system, not the alleged curvature of the Earth. So again, Craig, that came up with that draining system delusion, is not even moving the goalpost. He's playing another game and talking about the alleged curvature of the Earth, even though I was very clear, and I'm going to come back with my second interruption just to tell him, hey, that's not the topic. We're talking about the curvature caused by the draining system, not the alleged curvature of the globe Earth.
Then the ice formed from that water is going to also be curved. Hydrodynamic testing facilities, they're called tow tank facilities, are facilities that they test ships that are ready to go out to sea in. And they're big tanks of water that they bring these ships in. And there's one particular one in Europe that's about 600 meters long. And the rails that they bring the ship on have to be level to the water. and because of the distance, how big that particular one is in Europe, the rails have to follow the curvature of the Earth to stay level.
Now you can see now at what point this is irrelevant, where he's not even talking about ice rink, he's not even talking about ice, he's talking about some boats and the water he's talking about, the curve, the alleged curve he's talking about, it's about the globe Earth, the alleged curve caused by the curvature of the Earth. So it is irrelevant on so many levels. It makes no sense. And they say, oh, you've been destroyed. You've been humiliated.
With the water. And it's actually level to within 0.005 degrees. And I think Toon actually did the calculations for what that would be as well.
Yep. The Sagitta is 7 millimeters. So
yeah,
something that's measurable.
7 millimeters. Okay, we're talking about the alleged curvature of the Earth. Oh, I thought it was about the draining system again. And we're not even in ice rink anymore now. We're in a boat, in a tank on the boat. It's not ice, it's water. You see at what point it's irrelevant?
Yeah, over that 600 meters, there'd be like 7 millimeters of curve, essentially, that you would be able to measure.
Their irrelevance was astonishing there. I had to buzz.
There. So we know.
I buzzed.
They get 10 seconds.
I buzzed.
They get 10 seconds.
We know
Again, Craig.
Hold on. They get 10 seconds.
No, I wasn't aware of that rule. When you buzz, they have 10 seconds, you don't interrupt right away. I just got it there when he mutes me. He mutes me because I keep talking. Oh, okay. When he says 10 seconds, I thought I had 10 seconds to talk. But that's not the thing. When I interrupt, it's my turn until I say, okay, I'm done, or until they interrupt me. I didn't get it. Like it was my first time on journalism, on debatism. So, yeah, that's that.
You have 5 more. Go ahead, Craig, finish up.
We know that water is curved, and if water is curved, that also means that ice is curved.
Thank you.
Oh, his argument is, we know.
Now you're good. So yours?
Notice that he talks about those boats, even though it's those tanks in those boats, even though it's completely off topic, but he doesn't show anything. He doesn't. He didn't go there. He didn't see it. He just talk about it. It's just it's talk, all talk.
Craig. Again, it's irrelevant to the topic.
Again and again, they never got the memo that we weren't talking about the alleged curvature of the Earth. They cling to the straw man all along. It's a straw man, meaning it was never about the curvature of the Earth.
Talking about ice rink. So if you didn't get out of mommy's basement to take measurement of some ice rink, I wonder why you're even talking. Like, it's just talking. Oh, some tank has curvature, and the Toon concurs. Yeah, 7 millimeter. It's just talk. It's all talk. You didn't take measurement. You talk. You see. You show number on the screen. You didn't go to any arena, talk to the staff. You didn't do anything. Okay, I'm done. I'm done interrupting.
You see, there I could have continued because I thought I had 10 seconds of interruption, so that's why I kept talking fast, but it's after that I got, okay, the 10 seconds, it means when I buzz, they still have 10 seconds, and then it's my turn. Now I understand that.
Okay, back to you guys.
Yeah, so it's quite obvious that, Kevin, you didn't bring any measurements of anything.
Say what? Now knowing that we know. No, I'm gonna correct you here, Craig. You did not bring any measurement. You did not. You talked about some measurement of some tanks of water in some boats for some reason. But the topic is if the ice rink are curved, so I don't understand why you brought that boat thing in the debate, but I'm the one with no measurement. Okay, let's go on.
And to quickly touch on what a laser Zamboni is, because you may have misunderstood the guy, it doesn't measure the flatness of the ice, it measures the thickness of the ice.
And after that, I went to listen the chat with the guy, and he says that the goal of the laser Zamboni it's to make the surface of the ice as flat as possible. He says plane, well, plan. So the translation of plan, it's plane, a plane surface. And look at Mike McToon laughing like what. He's laughing. What does he know about Zambonis? What does he know about laser Zambonis? We have 2 in Canada, according to that guy. So, if I was the first to hear about the lasers, it was my first time, I said to the guy, "Oh yeah, I never heard about laser Zamboni. Do you really believe that those 2 clowns who never let escape? They knew about the lasers and bunny? I don't think so. It's my impression, but I think I'm right. I may be wrong, but what do you think?"
To make sure it's level. That's literally how the laser Zambonis work, and I can give you a link to laser Zamboni.
Yeah, of course you can give a link, because you didn't go in any arena where they have laser Zamboni and talk to the guys. All you can do is provide a link from Mummy's Basement.
Hear that, Jaron.
Okay.
So, they don't make it flat, they make it level. And this website with the laser Zamboni actually talks very specifically about level, not flat. So ice rinks are...
Look at myself. I concur. They are level. Oh, but it's not flat, because they have their little definition in the dictionary, which is level means curved. It follows the curvature of the earth. So that makes the level, the tool, absolutely useless. If you understand, you understand. If you are a globhead that want the earth to be curved at all costs, well, the level doesn't mean shit. I don't understand why construction guys ever use that tool. It's useless, because it's supposed to verify if something is straight, flat. If it follows some curvature of the earth, it's useless.
Level, in general. Ice rinks that have drainage at the edge will have extra curvature for that drainage to be a thing.
Yeah, I'm laughing because he says the ice is level. Yeah, I know. I measured it.
We do not need to bring measurements of a ice rink, because we have measurements of water. And
oh yeah, they don't need to bring measurement. They don't need, but I do. Right? But they have measurements of water. But the measurement of water, do you think they have a draining system underneath the lake where you have your measurement of water? Because I may repeat again, because it's not about the curvature of the earth. It's about the draining system. I repeat it a lot, but I need to, because I did repeat it so much. And some people like Craig and Toon did not even understand, and they are clinging, and they are still clinging as I record this review to their strawman argument.
ice is the solid form of water. And if the water is curved, the ice is also curved. And unless you have brought a measurement yourself of ice rinks being flat, then I'm afraid you shouldn't have come to this debate at all.
At all? If I don't have measurement, I shouldn't have come to this debate at all. But Craig doesn't have measurement, but he's not a... He can come to that debate. You understand how I've won that debate? Okay, let's rewind this, okay?
Is curved, the ice is also curved. And unless you have brought a measurement yourself of ice rinks being flat, then I'm afraid you shouldn't have come to this debate at all.
Okay, Craig? If you don't have measurement of the ice being flat, you shouldn't have come to this debate at all. Do you understand what you're saying? Okay?
Just to reference here, this is the laser device here that they're showing.
And Toon conquering from mommy's basement on his computer. Look, I didn't go out. I just have a link on the computer, and the laser Zamboni is not what the guy told you it was. It's not to make the ice flat, it's to make it level, and level means curve, and it follows the curvature of the earth. And still, it has nothing to do with the drainage system, which is the topic. I repeat again.
It's accurate to within half a millimeter, which is not nearly enough to deal with the curvature of the Earth, which is 0.007 millimeter in this instance here. So all of Kevin's talk at the beginning of this has nothing, of course, that could even be close to a measurement that's necessary for the shape of the Earth. But apparently he doesn't care about the shape of the Earth. He thinks it's just an ice rink debate.
I do care about the shape of the Earth, because my observation of the ice ring was an observation on a smaller scale of our model, which is the board representing the ice wall that would be Antarctica, and the pouring of water in the ring. That water lies flat at the surface, and it's easier to measure when it's on solid form ice. He laughs. He laughs. Do you understand how I won that debate? Because still, look at my face. I look like someone who has nothing. But we know, Jiren knows I have something. I know. But when they say, oh, you have no measurement, in my head, no, you have no measurement. Now knowing that we know.
So Kevin, could you please present us with your measurements that any of these ice rinks that you have visited are, flat? Because that would be wonderful. If you could present those measurements, then we can go.
Oh, that would be wonderful. Be patient, Craig. It's coming. I just want to let you struggling more a little bit with your second-hand measurement of some boat. No, it's true. The boat, it doesn't even show measurement. He just talks about it. There's no measurement. There's nothing. It's an empty shell. How can these guys say that they destroyed me and humiliated me? They have absolutely squat. And not only that, they are off topic all along. They are clinging to their straw man.
With them. Let's have a look at your measurements, Kevin. What do you say?
Okay. On you, Kevin.
Let's have a look. Well, not right now. You see, I think at that point, he was beginning to believe that I did not have measurement, because I was stalling before showing them. And that was on purpose.
All right, so how much time do I have on my clock, Jiren?
Yeah, because I wasn't seeing the clock. So I asked, because I'm aware that I have some footage to show. And the way Jiren he answers me fast, because he's looking at the clock too, and he knows I need some time to show my footage. But I'm not done to talk. I have a lot of things to say. This debate could have gone for like 3 hours. I'm not exaggerating. Like, if I could have talked for an hour and a half of all the building up that went on in Facebook, all the traps that I set for Craig, and he fell right into the traps. Look at him. He's there debating me about the ice ring not being flat due to the draining system, and he's strawmanning all along. Is he trapped? He's fucked. They're fucked. In reality, they're fucked. All they have now is propaganda to say, oh, you were owned, you were humiliated. But in fact, in reality, they were owned. I had measurement and they had nothing. Not only they had nothing, they were off topic.
14 minutes.
Oh, it's plenty. It's plenty.
And no more buzzers on your side.
what I wanted to say to Toon, it is about flat Earth globe Earth, because as I was saying, looking at the ice rink, it's a good way to picture, like on a bigger scale, how our world it's made. The board are the container, and our world is mostly.
Look at Toon playing with his Rubik Cube. Like, listen, and maybe you're gonna understand why we're talking about the ice rink. And maybe at the same time, you'd understand that we're not talking about the alleged curvature of the Earth and why you are so irrelevant and why you didn't win that debate. You never had a chance. You never had a chance. You were off topic all along. So maybe playing with your Rubik Cube wasn't the perfect timing here.
Water, okay? So water lies flat, and when it freezes, it's easier to measure, and it's flat and level. Like when you say the Zamboni makes the ice level, yes, it does.
And look at Craig playing around with I don't know what. Like, let's not listen what he has to say. We won the debate already because we brought irrelevant measurement second hand that we found on the internet. We even had a link of a laser Zamboni while he spoke to a Zamboni operator in person. Like, you understand now?
That's what it does. Level, I know you guys have your little definition, which you have to go far away at the end. It says, okay, level means flat, 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 flat everywhere. And at the end, it says adjective. It may, level means it follows the curvature of the Earth, but you know, they need to have their little dictionary definition, but in reality, that's not what we observe. Like when
Okay, you guys go ahead.
Kevin said that water is flat. So could you just show measurements of that, please? Go ahead.
Again with the measurement. Now they start to be confident that I do not have measurement, but I'm gonna stall it again.
Yeah,
Over to Kevin.
that's what we're asking for. You may have missed that. So yeah, measurements of flat level, and just I know English isn't your first language, but adjectives are describing words in the English language, just so you're aware. But please, those measurements, Kev, would be brilliant. Thank you.
Yeah, that would be brilliant. Where are your measurements, Craig? Where are Toon's measurements? You were two people coming to debate me about the ice ring, and you keep asking about measurement. What about yours? Why would you ask me for some measurement if you don't even have some yourself?
Okay, back to you. You're
But I mean, I could, like I told you on Facebook, Craig, I could take measurement of the ice being flat. I could and will eventually, but that's something you can do because the curve.
Yeah, I told him that in a thread on Facebook. Like, yeah, I will eventually take measurement and prove that it's flat. But that's something you can't do, prove that it's not flat. If you can take measurement yourself. Everyone can do it. Okay, my laser that I bought, it's worth $50. Everyone can do it. Go at the arena, talk with the staff. Can I take measurement? If you're lucky, they will let you. But Craig, if he was doing that, he would have the same result as I did. Because that's the way water behaves. It lies flat at the surface.
It's all in your head. It doesn't exist. But me, when you understand the physics of water, that it needs a container and it lies flat, and you observe the water, you observe the lake or the pool or the ice rink, it's flat. Like when you understand that, you don't need measurement. Maybe it's gonna be bumpy at some place or some holes, but a calm lake, or a calm pool, when you look at the swimming pool, an in-ground swimming pool, it's flat. There's no, there's a pool, the ground, it goes like that, okay?
Yeah, what I'm saying here, I'm being interrupted. Okay, well, my time is done, but that's the perfect example when you have an in-ground pool and there's a part that's deeper and a part less deep. According to Craig, the surface of the water should follow the ground, because if the ice rink are curved due to the draining system, well, if water behave like that, because ice is solid water, okay, water on the solid form, whatever, okay. I don't know if you understand that, but that's something you can witness in bathtub, toilet, sink. Okay, that there's a draining system in the toilet, the bathtub. Okay, the toilet, you can observe it every day. You have your drain in the bottom, and the toilet bowl it's not flat at the bottom. But how is the surface of the water? Flat. And if you ever have a power outage for a whole week in the winter, how is going to be the surface of the water in your toilet bowl? The bowl, well, the surface of the ice, it's going to be flat. It's going to be flat. That's physics.
A part where it's steeper, and a part when for the kids it's less, not steeper, I mean deeper. A part less deeper. Is the water on the surface follows the curve?
Okay, you guys go ahead. Last mute.
No, it's flat. That's where I was interrupted. I say, no, it's flat, and it is.
I did notice that there was no measurements presented, which was an interesting way of...
Again, with the measurement, there's no measurement presented. No, Craig, you didn't present any measurement.
Proving your point there, Kevin.
Yeah, just the measurements, please.
Yeah, just the measurement, please. Hey, Toon, where are your measurement? I don't see any measurement. Why you keep asking me for measurement? Do I keep asking them for measurement?
Yeah, we can talk about how we know water is not flat from satellite measurements of the ocean.
Oh yeah, you can talk about it, but can you measure it?
Showing that it actually follows the topography of the floor underneath rather than, being flat. But yeah, all we really need at this point, Kev, is just one measurement. And we don't even have to go with an ice rink, right? Let's just have a measurement of any ice being flat. And then both Toon and I will concede that you're right. Over to you, mate.
Oh, okay. Look what he just said. He needs one measurement, which I'm going to give him more than that. And him and Toon going to concede that I'm right. Okay? He just said it. Okay? Let's listen to this again.
To him?
We don't even have to go with an ice rink, right? Let's just have a measurement of any ice being flat. And then both Toon and I will concede that you're right.
All right.
Over to you, mate.
To him? Okay. Go ahead, Kevin, you're back up.
Yeah, but I mean...
And still I act like I don't have any measurement. Yeah, but I mean... And they don't know what trap they fell into. They're like... What I said to Jaren, it's my plan was to make him say something like that. But I didn't even have to ask him something. He said it by himself. He said, I'm going to concede that you are right. He said, me and Toon, we're going to concede that you are right if you present one measurement. And I present more than one. And I didn't have time to present all of them because I talked too long. Okay? But I did present them.
You two don't have measurement. Like I said, it's just talk. And so you insist, do you have measurement? Do you have measurement? But do you have measurement? Have you went to a hardware store to buy a level? Okay, let's say, Craig, if I go to a hardware store to buy a level, okay, a laser level, and I go to an arena and I take the measurement.
Now I think they start to connect the dots that I do have measurement, because he just said that he concede, but I want to make him say it again.
And the ice is level. Would you say that you lose the debate? Because you told me this morning, I sent the screenshot to a couple of people that if I have measurement, I win the debate. So if I had done that, if I go, picture that, I go to the hardware store, buy a laser.
And now they're gonna pretend that they start to understand that I do have measurement, and they're gonna say, "Oh no, a laser is not the right tool to a laser level is not the right tool to measure the level, because ice bends the laser." But they're talking out of their ass. They have no clue what they're talking about. They have no experiment in that field. The experience, I mean, in that field, and they didn't do any experiment anyways. They have nothing. All they have is their off-topic second-hand measurement of the curvature of the Earth and some talk about some boat, and they keep asking me for measurement.
Level, take measurement. The ice is flat. Would you say that I win the debate? Let's hear Craig's response.
Now they know, eh? Look at Craig. No, I'm not gonna say you win the debate. I'm gonna say you haven't used the proper tool, even though I have no idea what I'm talking about, because I'm not in construction and I don't even own a laser level. And if I do own a laser level, I know that it is efficient and it calculates if it's flat and level.
Okay, Craig and Tune, you're up.
If you use the right tool,
Okay, what would be the right tool to calculate or to verify if it's a surface is level, Craig? If not a level?
lasers aren't the right tool to measure ice because they're light, and ice does a particular thing to the air above it, creating a lapse rate. And what happens to light when it's going through such an extreme lapse rate, Toon?
It tends to bend.
It tends to bend. Oh yeah, it's all of his ass. He doesn't know. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna go back to take some measurement, and I'm gonna put a blanket or something so I don't measure over ice. Okay, so where it's gonna be, they're bending. There's not gonna have bending. I'm gonna have the same result because the laser was very precise.
Ah, right. So would you say that a laser...
Oh, it tends to bend. Oh, right. It tends to bend because the guy on the internet, that if he admits that he's been owned by someone who has measurement, while he asked for measurement and he laughed at me all the debate because I didn't have measurement, he loses all credibility. So now they're gonna discredit the tool, even though they have no clue. I repeat, these guys are computer nerds in mommy's basement. They have no experience whatsoever in construction.
Laser is the correct thing to measure the curvature of ice on an ice rink?
Be very difficult because the lapse rate above ice is very steep. I personally measured it above a lake in Minnesota to be...
Oh, he personally measured it. He talks about it, but doesn't show it. But still, it's a lake. It's not an ice rink.
1 degree Celsius in 1.5 meters, which will cause a very tight radius to the curve of that light.
Right, so basically what we're saying here is a laser isn't the right tool to measure...
Oh, you're saying it, but you're talking out of your ass because you know what's coming. So you discredit my tool, which is a level, to measure the level.
Measure if ice is flat. So, Kev, with that knowledge, how would you intend to actually measure the flatness of the ice, knowing that a laser isn't the right tool? What?
Yeah, the laser isn't the right tool because Craig McNeil and McToon from Facebook have said so.
Would be your intended methodology?
Yep.
Well, I've been talking to construction guys from PVM, like.
Yeah, I did talk to the construction guy at PVM, and they were leveling a floor which I walk on every day, and I'll be very surprised if all the floors of all the buildings all over the world follow some curvature because the level, and still we're not over ice there, eh? So their argument of ice bending the laser, all what they say makes no sense. I don't understand why people follow these two clowns still.
They were doing a floor, and they were using these laser level, and the floor are perfectly flat. I don't understand why. And the construction, all the buildings you look in your cities, all it's flat. Your house, it's being built flat, okay, and it's level that's being used. That to verify if something is straight, flat, you'll use a level. So you guys are gonna say, "Oh no, it bends. It bends." Why would it bend? It was made to measure if it was level flat. Okay. So I'm gonna show the screenshot that you sent me this morning, okay? Well, actually, I'm gonna show.
I'm gonna
that you sent me this morning, okay?
Yeah, because I paused the wrong button. I paused the screen recording for like a second, so I just rewind it just so we watch the whole thing. Now I'm struggling to find the screenshot, but yeah, the reason why I wanted to pause is just notice Jiren start to see my clocks going down, and he wants me to post my shit already there.
Well, actually, I'm gonna show something else.
And that's why at some point he said, "Hey, do you want to pass?" Because he knows my clock is going down and he wants me to post my shit. Look at Jaren, he's nervous. It's funny shit because we both know what's coming.
Oh yeah, here's the screenshot. Here's the screenshot this morning.
And Jaren's like, not the screenshot, the footage of the measurement.
I'm gonna share my screen here.
Yep, you're up whenever you're ready.
Okay, here's the screenshot of Craig saying, the only way you can win is bring in measurement of ice rink being flat. Okay? So now I'm gonna start.
But now he moves the goalposts and he says, not with the laser though, because ice bends the laser beam. Have any of you guys verified this? No, just because Craig McNeil and MC Toon from YouTube have said so, because if they lose the debate, they lose all credibility. You're gonna believe them. They don't have any experience in that field, but you're gonna believe them because that's the narrative you need to believe in.
Sharing for a while.
Now I'm looking for the actual footage, and I'm struggling.
Still on you, or you want to pass?
That's when he said, "You want to pass," because he knows my clock's going down, and he knows I'm struggling to find the footage.
No, I'm not not done yet. I'm looking for something.
Okay.
Look at journal.
It won't be long.
You got about 7.5 minutes left.
Yeah, so it's gonna be okay.
He said 7 minutes left. Yeah, don't worry, Jaren, don't worry. Yeah, I knew that even if I didn't have time to show the old footage of the measurement, as long as I was showing some of them, I could post the rest on Facebook or on YouTube later on.
Guys, if you have any questions for either...
Yeah, okay, pass to them, okay, so I don't waste my time. I'm gonna look for my for what I want to show. Pass to them.
Okay, you guys are up.
This is 60.
You're on, sorry.
60. Sorry, yeah. Let's say the house is 60 meters long. That's a pretty big house.
Look, Toon is now gonna argue that construction, okay, the buildings are following the curvature of the earth. That's what he's gonna say, okay? That's completely delusional. Anyone can talk to a construction worker or can measure the level of their floor at their house. It's not gonna follow some curvature. Not with any margin of error. You can say whatever you want. When it was built straight.
Amount of actual bulge due to the curvature of the Earth, with the hypothesis of the Earth being a globe, would be 0.07 millimeters. So the question I have then to anybody that's a builder that's using a spirit level is, what's the margin of error of that spirit level such that it's able to identify 0.07 millimeters across a 60 meter long distance? Kevin?
Now I answer the question by saying, well, I don't think the curvature even exists. So the margin of error would be 0. The 0 point whatever 7 millimeter doesn't exist. It's all in your head. Okay, you are always gonna say, oh, you can't detect it because it's so small you can't see it. But what about you can't detect it because it's not there? Would that be more scientific?
Go ahead, Kev.
Yeah, it's my turn now.
Oh, he asked you a question.
Well, what's the margin of error? I don't think the curvature even exists, but still, Toon, you're irrelevant to the topic because we're not talking about the alleged curvature of the Earth. We're not. We are not. We are talking about the slope due to the drainage system. It's gonna go. Is it gonna go through your thick skull at some point? Okay, we are not talking about the alleged curvature which we can detect nor measure. We're talking about the ground being slope, okay, the drainage system. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay, so now I'm going to be ready to share my screen, okay?
Okay.
Jaren is like, finally.
No more buzzers for anybody, so I'm going to turn that off anyway. Go ahead.
I went... fuck. You see my screen now?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna stop sharing because I set it to where what I wanted to show. Okay, I got it.
Share your screen or don't?
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna share it.
Look at Craig. He's laughing because I'm struggling with the share screen. It was the first time in my life I used that.
Do you see my screen now?
Nope, I don't think you're sharing.
No way. Just a second.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Craig, he's laughing.
Share screen, share. Okay.
Okay, we got it.
Okay.
There you
because
go.
I went to the hardware store and I did buy laser level, and it was very conclusive, and I did take measurement. Okay, this was my first attempt.
Right there, it's boom. And then he told me today, okay, the day I'm recording this, we're March the 30th. He told me, we predicted that what you were gonna say, so we discredited you even before, so we're on. What? Yeah, well, you have zero experience in that field. What you saying doesn't make any sense anyway. Bring a guy from a construction, the construction business, who's gonna say that, oh yeah, the laser is gonna bend, because it makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. Like I said, I could have put a blanket underneath the laser, and so there goes the ice bent laser argument. I'm gonna have the same argument, the same result. I mean, so let's go with the footage.
Okay, it was at Arena Owe Morans, which I played both arena where I took measurement. I used to play there when I was a kid. Okay, so this is the laser level. I have it right here.
Look at Craig's laughing. Why do you laugh? Do you understand to what point you are being humiliated? He probably laughed because, oh, we already have said that laser level are not the right tool to measure the level. So you lost and you've been humiliated. We, two clowns from Facebook, we have no experience in that field, but we have said it, so that must be true.
Yeah, I'm gonna pause at some point, okay? I stuck it to a box because I wanted to stick it to the board, but the board is so wrecked that it wasn't sticking. So I came back the day after with the box, and as much.
Craig is laughing, but did you go to any ice rink? You knew you were gonna debate me about the ice rink. I went to 3 different ice rinks, several times each. I went 3 times to our Morans, 2 times to Michel Normandin, and Mille La Gauche like 5 or 6 times because it's on my way when I'm working. Okay, talk to the staff, record some of the staff at Mille La Gauche twice. At our Morans, I didn't record the staff. I asked him at some point, hey, can you repeat what you just told me on camera? And he didn't want. Okay. But I'm gonna say at some point what he told me, and it was the exact opposite of what Craig was saying. Craig was saying it was slope. I don't have time to answer now. Désolé, François. Okay, so he was saying the exact opposite, that it would be a little higher at the edge because of the way water freezes, not because of some slope, because of the draining system. Okay, let's continue.
You know, as many times I was going back, I was getting better. And one time I went back with my GoPro. That's where I recorded the guy that said, yeah, it's physics. It lies flat. It's physics. Okay, and we can all see that it lies flat. And the Zamboni, the laser Zamboni, you say level, it doesn't make the ice flat. It levels it. Yeah, that's what level does. It calculates when it's flat, okay? So there, it was my...
Craig is laughing at it. Why do you think the tool, the level, even exists? He's laughing at it.
First attempt, okay? I was just filming with my phone. So you can't really see. Well, you can figure how far I'm getting from the level because you hear the sound diminish. Like the sound, it's the air because it's stuck to the box with the air. Okay, so let's watch. Okay, I'm at 5 cents.
What's making Craig laugh again? I explained how the level works. Like, why do you laugh? Do you even know how it works?
centimeters. So this clip is not very good because it's my first attempt, but you can see the laser at 5 centimeter. As I move away, it stays at 5 centimeter. It's very touchy to put the level, you know, the little bubble. Like at first, the laser was going.
Craig is non-stop laughing. It's like you've been asking for a measurement all along. Then I come up with measurement and you laugh at it. He laughs because he already said that laser level isn't the right tool to measure the level of the ice. Craig McNeil from YouTube, said so.
Up and I figured, oh, maybe I'm on level ice, but that wasn't the case. It was the level that wasn't perfectly level. And when you level the bubble perfectly level, it stays at 5 centimeters. It gets paler.
You can see I'm on a different ice because of the surface. The Zamboni just passed. Look at the ice. It's perfect now. And on the other ice, I went before the Zamboni surfaced the ice.
You can't barely hear the level now.
Less than 3 minutes.
Less than 3 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I lost the laser, then I find it back. So it was efficient. It was efficient, but because I was holding the ruler in my hand, I couldn't film from afar, you know, to see the whole operation. That's why I've decided to go back with my P900, which I put it a little more far away on the tripod, and I was filming with my GoPro in my chest and with my phone. So I had 3 sort of cameras. What's going on here? Can we hear?
You see it's pale, but you see it at 5 centimeter. But, okay, let's pass to them because I want to show my other videos. Pass to them, Jared, right now.
So it's good. Go ahead.
Like right now, because I know I have 2 minutes left, and I have a video of 3 minutes plus another video of 1 minute. After all, I didn't show all the videos, but I posted them on Facebook afterwards. So,
Toon.
Yeah.
Toon, quick question for you. Did we not just have a conversation about using the correct tool for the correct job?
Yeah.
yeah, a level to measure the level. Yeah, exactly. We did. It's not because you said so that it wasn't the right tool that it is not. A level was made to measure the level, which I did. Where are your measurements, guys?
We did. Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did. But what is your experience in that field? A total of 0. So what you say makes absolutely no sense and it's irrelevant. It doesn't destroy my measurement. My measurements are there. Everyone are seeing it.
We not come to the conclusion that a laser would not be the correct tool to do this job?
Yeah, you've said so, but it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, especially not down next to the ice where the cone.
Yes, next to the ice, because as McToon have said earlier, ice bends the laser beam.
Efficient refraction is pretty high. But I don't know. It looked to me like when it was right next to the laser, it was at 59 millimeters, and then the last clip I saw, it was somewhere around 62 millimeters. So
according to what Tung just said, I suggest that he gets new glasses.
got about a 3 millimeter slop there. It looked like. I don't know. I didn't have enough.
Yeah, but if you don't know and didn't have enough, why do you say something stupid like that?
Resolution on the video to really see that. But that's not the.
If you don't know and don't have any resolution, why are you saying such stupid thing? Why? Because you just got owned. You got owned by measurement, which you were asking for all along.
0.07 millimeter tolerance that you'd need.
0.07 millimeter. Yeah. Your alleged curvature of the Earth, which was not the topic all along, and he comes back with it. Even though I've been very clear on several equations, we're not talking about this.
To look at there.
Yeah, because that was the other question. What was the measurement that you figured out for the Sakita? It was
the Sakita, 0.07 millimeters. All right, so here we're looking. This looks like, is that 51 millimeters there, Kevin?
Now what's going on? He says, is that 51? Because he can see my screen sharing, and I'm with the next video at another arena on another day, and when I start saying it, he get it, and he makes me, he says, he shows me his thumb, like, oh, okay, I understand why it's not the same measurement.
Oh, you're asking him? Sorry.
Yeah, you can.
I mean, his obviously his ruler doesn't have the correct decimals because it.
But the ruler doesn't have the decimal. Even though it had no decimal and it had no lines at all, even though if it wasn't a ruler and I was just taking the box and drawing a little line where there's the laser, and I was getting away from the laser and just to see if the line was moving over or underneath the line that I drew, that would be correct. That would do the same job. They're trying to discredit my tool, like, oh, a millimeter is not enough. Like, you can see that the laser is always at the same spot because it's level.
Only measures in millimeters, not points of millimeters. So it's not even the correct measurement device with the right margin of error to be able to determine the curve.
Yeah, it's not the correct device to determine the curve. Again, he's not talking about the curve due to the draining system, but something I have to ask to Craig, okay, what is the correct device and where are your measurements? The correct device to measure the level is a level in every country of this world, okay?
So he's not using any of the right tools to make this measurement. It's weird. I wonder why he didn't.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird that a level, according to Craig McNeil from YouTube, is not the right tool to measure the level, eh?
Do it properly.
All right, well, yeah, maybe next time. But this is that. It looks to me that
Yeah, maybe next time we're gonna have some measurement from those two clowns over here.
looks like 51. I don't know. Maybe he can clarify.
Yeah, he said again, that looks like 51. Earlier, he couldn't see very well because of the resolution, but now he can see that's 51. Okay? But even though it's 51, because I think it is, but it's on another ice. He could have noticed that because there's snow on the ice, like the Zamboni have not surfaced the ice yet.
The height there, but
You still there, Kevin?
Yeah, when are you guys ready to pass it on?
yeah. Oh yeah, go ahead.
All right. So now this is another ice rink. Okay, you may say, "Oh, it's 51 now." Yes, because now it's another ice rink, another day. The ruler is taped to a box, so I can go back and show how far am I. Like I was saying, I was getting better. Okay, like with experience.
Now they're gonna discredit my my little technique here, but it's efficient. It's efficient. The laser is level, and it points away, and with the ruler we can say that it stays at 5 or 5.1 this time or whatever, but it stays at the same spot. That's one way to measure level. It's very efficient. You can ask to anyone in construction, okay, or anyone with a brain for that matter. You can see that I am measuring the level of the ice right there. Of course, they're not gonna say, oh, you gotta say, because they make money out of it. If they lose credibility and they admit that I own them, okay, they were asking for measurement, I have it. Oh, it's not the right tool, but who are you to say that? You're gonna believe those two clowns that never go out of mommy's basement and all they do is posting links of unknown people from the internet because it fits their narrative? Like, where are your measurements? What is the right tool to calculate the level if it's not a level?
So, it stays at the same place. You can see it.
See, I don't even say at 5 or 5.1. I say the same place. That's all you need to know. Does it move? Okay? You draw a line if you don't have a ruler. Okay? If it moves up or down, it may be the surface that's not level, or maybe your bubble that's not centered. It's very touchy to center the bubble, but once it's center, and the next level I'm gonna buy, it's gonna be it levels itself. It's self-leveling, so that's better. You put it on the surface and boom, it's level automatically.
Even if the ruler don't have fractions of millimeter, you can see it's always at the same place. Okay? You can do it yourself. If you don't believe it, do it yourself. Go to the hardware store, buy a laser level, and go to an ice rink and take measurement. Okay? You ask for measurement, I give you some. Okay? I don't use the right tool. It's a level. It's to verify if it's level. I don't know what to say. You're never going to say that you lose the debate, but you did. You said you would lose.
You sure did. They did lose
the debate if I bring measurement to the table. Those are measurements. You can see it. You witness it.
They just dismiss all this like, oh, that wasn't the right tool. Like I said earlier, this arena, Michel Normandin, I went twice because the first time there was junior hockey. They couldn't let me measure. So I went to our Morans. I went 3 times to our Morans. The third time it was a lady, so it was a different staff than in the weekend. She didn't want to let me measure. That's where I went back to Michel Normandin. And they let me measure. I had a whole hour and a half for myself on the ice. So what did they do? That's why at the end I'm saying, you guys don't go out of mommy's basement. Then he says, we have family. Oh, that's it. You have a family. You don't have time to do research. I do. So don't discredit my research. I measured it. Don't go out. Don't say that laser level are not the right tool to measure level. It's delusional.
50 seconds.
As I'm going away, the laser gets paler because it has a limit. But there are better laser that can go more far.
Yeah, my first choice was a Bosch. It wasn't really more expensive. It was like $80 or something, and the Bosch could measure on a length of 100 feet. This one was 20 feet. So, but even though it's 20 feet, if your ice is level, you go a little more farther, like 10 feet farther, and measure 10 feet, another 10 feet, and you can go, it's going to be level. It's level. Like, You put your 10 feet over the 10 feet, like you don't go 20 feet and another 20 feet. I don't know if you understand what I mean, but it's going to be level, okay? It's straight. It's straight. It's not going to follow some curvature. But yeah, I'm going to buy another level anyway, a self-leveling level, because the Bosch, I don't think it was self-leveling. I'm not sure. But a self-leveling level, the Walt, I checked it on Amazon. It's $168. And I don't know the length, but it's probably like 100 feet or something like that. But even then, even though this one it's not 100 feet, you can see that it's level. You see, like laser doesn't lie. The tool doesn't lie. It's science right there. Witness the measurement. And now
I go back to show how far am I. This is the Montreal logo right here.
Oh, you're not far enough. Well, you can go farther. Like
I keep going.
I keep going away.
As much as you keep going, the line stays at the.
And Craig laughs. Like, why do you laugh? Where are your measurements? What did you do? What did you bring to the table? Absolutely nothing. All that what you bring is a level isn't the right tool to measure the level because I've said so with my zero experience in that field.
The same height. That's how you measure.
Okay, time.
That's measurement of the height.
You'll have a minute for your outro at the end. Now you want to watch my numbers just drop from this point forward on the show.
Now, Jiren, leave the share screen because he knows my clip, this one isn't over, and he knows I have another one. So he leaves me just, load the other one just to show that I have something else, and then he cuts it. Thanks, Jiren, for that.
My retention number's going to go to shit right now. All right, you guys have 17 minutes. Let's hear.
Oh my gosh.
Hear it. Go ahead.
17 minutes of character bashing because basically they have nothing. All they have now is discrediting the level as the perfect tool. It is the perfect tool to calculate the level. It's even the name of the tool. Isn't it beautiful? It's the name of the tool, the level, and they stand here and say, the level is not the right tool to calculate the level. How delusional and stupid ass is that?
But if I could just have just a couple of minutes to just clarify a couple of things. Yes, Kevin, I asked for measurements, but it's very, very, very important when you do measurements that you use the correct tools for the job, which you...
Yeah. What is the correct tool to measure the level, Craig? What is, if it's not a level?
have not done. You have used a tool that has a margin of error not suitable for making this measurement. You have used a tool that will be affected by the conditions around it.
And now, all he is doing is struggling and discrediting my work. But we can see it on the screen, like it is level. And you know what's beautiful? It's that you can do it yourself. You can go in ice ring. Craig can do it too. McToon can do it too, but they won't have the result they want to. They won't have, the level isn't the right tool? Well, prove me wrong. Buy the right tool to calculate the level of a nice surface and prove me wrong. But that won't happen. That's why I've won the debate. I don't understand why even one person could think for a second that I lost the debate. Not only that, they don't say I lose the debate, but I was humiliated. Like, how was I humiliated? It's the greatest victory in the history of Globert versus Flat Earth debates. No shit.
You have not follow the methodology that will be able to get you the results that you are looking for.
Oh, have you followed the methodology? Where are your measurements? You have no measurement.
The curve over that, due to the curve of the Earth alone, let alone any drainage system, it is so small that tool that you are using.
You see, the curve is so small, as he said. So he's still talking about the curvature of the Earth. So he's clinging to the straw man. And they forgot all about the main topic that we were talking about, the curvature caused by the draining system. They never addressed it. Never. But I've been clear about it.
Even if it wasn't affected by refraction, would not be able to detect the measurements involved. So you did not come with measurements. What you came with was incorrect measurements.
Because Craig McNeil from YouTube says so. Where are your measurements? Prove me wrong. What is the correct tool then?
Tune? Yeah, yeah, so again, the margin of error isn't nearly close enough, but good try, Kevin.
Yeah, good try. Good success. Where are your try?
If I could share my screen.
You may.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, Kevin's still sharing his.
Can you cancel his? Let me see here. Options, stop percentage. Okay, you should be able to now.
Okay. Let's see here. That's the one. All right. So here is so one way to measure over water is here. Let's see.
Measure over water. Is this irrelevant or is this not irrelevant? We're talking about an ice rink. And of course, he's going to talk about the curvature of the Earth, not the curvature caused by the draining system. Poor Toon, eh? He never even understood what we were talking about. That's fucking sad.
That you got the new one here, the Jesse Kozlowski surveyor.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So this is how you'd actually measure. You need to have an instrument that has the sensitivity, the precision to do it. So here's Jesse Kozlowski, who's a.
But of course, he doesn't measure it himself. The topic is the ice rink. So if this is the perfect tool to measure the surface of the ice rink, why don't you measure it? Tool.
Licensed surveyor that measured across water, used the surface of water to measure.
Oh, water. So it's not ice, and certainly not an ice rink with a draining system underneath.
Whether or not there's a curve in it. And you can see here through the theodolite, the view from one side to the other. How he did it, he went to both sides. This is he picked this water here because it's pretty smooth. You see that it's smooth? He used a level, water level. He pounded a nail into the water there.
Oh, look, he used a ruler, just like me. But it's okay for him to use a ruler like I did. It's the right tool, you know. But my ruler wasn't the right tool, right?
And then he brought out the level on the ground there. That's what this is here. It's what you're seeing there. But I'm going quick here, summarizing. This here is on the left of this one here is the target. And then that taller one is the GNSS one to get the coordinates. There he's measuring the height of it down to the millimeter. And here's his theodolite on the other side of the lake there, and he's done the same thing down. If you look at the stakes on the ground, and then out in the water. So he's
See, it's all second-hand measurement on a lake, nothing to do with ice rink, completely off topic. It's irrelevant. I'm tempted to just fast forward because there's a lot of time of their struggling. They have nothing. They have no measurement. Nothing about the ice rink. Nothing about the ice. Absolutely nothing.
Used the surface of the water as his standard. So he's got it above the surface of the water, the same amount for both the target and the theodolite. And there he's got the measurement. And then, so here he's showing level, here he's showing the theodolite and his view through the theodolite. You can see that the crosshair is actually up on the GNSS receiver. It's above the target, so he turns the angle down to measure the angle to the target there. And then he went to the other side and reversed the directions. So I'll jump down here to the actual measurements. Here are the measurements, and I'll
From mommy's basement, because I don't go out to do my own measurement and experiment.
I'll zoom in a little bit here. So it's not being happy on zooming in. There we go. Okay. So he took 6 sets of measurements and did the typical things that surveyors do. I'm not going to go over all the detail right now, but over at the far right, you see the far right column here. It says curve drop from horizontal plane at standpoint. So this is feet. This is decimal feet. So it's 0.15 feet. And the column immediately to the left is 0.48 miles. So over 0.48 miles using 8 inches per mile squared formula, the predicted globe curvature is 0.15 feet of drop, and that's what was measured in that one. Then he did it again for a longer distance, same lake but a different distance. There you go. You see this longer distance here. You got a close-up of the nail that he put in the water there, 60 millimeters above the surface, and repeated the same measurement. There's the target again, and I'm going to jump down, save time, to where he has summarized the details. And this one was 1.38 miles. You see that on the top right. It says miles, curve drop trig. So it's 1.38 miles. Do the 8 inches per mile squared. And the curve drop is 1.28 feet is what he measured. And then the cool thing is that it's on the other page, I think. He does the margin of error analysis. But the important thing is that he's measuring angles that are here. He sees like 33 arc seconds, 34 arc seconds, 29 arc seconds, 27 arc seconds. This is an instrument.
Okay, you know what? Now I've been talking for like over 2 hours, and as I said, right now what they're showing, it's completely irrelevant. Like they've been completely irrelevant all along. They show second-hand measurement of not ice ring, okay, and not ice, so no drainage system. They're clinging to their straw man. So I'm gonna fast forward a little bit, just there's one point that I want to yeah, I'm gonna fast forward here, just until the end of their 14 minutes. Well, I'm at 5:44 here. I want to see why I make that face here.
What we've shown is that water's flat. Water's not flat. I'm sorry. Please don't clip that. Water's not flat. Water is curved. And even
That if the Earth is flat, it would have to be 0, and it was 15. So there you go, another confirmation measurement of the curve of the Earth.
Yeah, I know. Kevin's going to go. I didn't talk about the curve of the Earth. I talked about ice rings, but what we've shown is that water's flat. Water's not flat. Sorry, please don't clip that. Water's not.
Look at Jaren is laughing too, because it was about ice ring all along, and they didn't bring any measurement of ice ring. They didn't even talk about ice ring. They didn't even talk about the draining system. It was about the curvature of the Earth all along. It was straw manning all along. They didn't even address the topic. While I brought measurement, and they just dismissed this. They dismiss all my work like, it wasn't the right tool. The level isn't the right tool to measure the level.
Flat. Water is curved. And even over large bodies of water, like the ocean, it is definitely not flat. Not only is it affected by the curvature of the Earth, but it's affected by many other things: ocean currents, the topography of the ocean floor. Water. In fact, there is never occasions when.
But we're not talking about the water, and we're talking about the ice. So there's no current on the ice ring. You know what I'm saying? And there's no weather condition in an indoor ice ring. Okay, you can have weather condition on the outdoor ice rink, but where I took my measurement, it was indoor. So again, it's irrelevant. Okay, maybe I should have listened to all the 14 minutes after all and be patient to make a complete review. But because I still have some thing to say that what they are saying it's stupid, irrelevant. Like, name it. Okay, but. Like, I'm getting tired of doing this, and maybe I'll do a review of this little 15 minute that I'm leaving out now, because I want to end this, but there's a point that I want to address at the end. Yeah. So yeah, let's play.
Water is flat. Water. You seem to you.
It's fine.
Okay, go ahead. You got 3 minutes.
Yeah. So, yeah. In conclusion, it's like they've been showing secondhand measurement of some lake or whatever. The topic was ice ring, and it was about the alleged curvature of the Earth, which wasn't the topic. So they've been off topic all along. They say I didn't bring measurement, which I did, but those two guys with no background in construction whatsoever, they say, "Oh, that wasn't the proper tool, level. That wasn't the proper tool to calculate the level." Why would their opinion matter? They're no construction guy. They're guys on the internet. Say they're the guys debating me. So of course they're going to say, "Oh, that's not the proper tool." But have they brought any measurement, any first-hand measurement? Have they talked to the people of the ice rink, which they all said, yeah, of course it's flat. One of them has said the word physics. I'm gonna post their video, those video on the Facebook. So I brought measurement. Correct.
Oh yeah, at some point, I don't know if it's in the part where that I fast forward, but Craig says water has no physics. He said that. Really. He said water has no physics. Okay? I thought every element had physics. I thought everything had physics. What? Physics, it's everywhere. He literally says water doesn't have physics. Okay? When he talks about water in space, water doesn't have physics.
Of course, he's going to say, "Oh, no, that's not the proper tool." But he has no background in construction. So I won the debate fair and square.
Of course I won. There was no debate. I came prepared. They came on. Not only they were unprepared, they were unaware of the topic, and they were strawmanning all along and laughing at me for what? You have nothing. They had nothing. I killed them there.
They've been irrelevant to the topic all along because they were talking about the curvature of the Earth. That wasn't the topic. The topic was the Earth was supposed to follow the ground.
Well, I said the Earth, but I mean the ice.
Underneath. So, and the guys at the arena told me that at Michel Normandin, when I took the second time I took the measurement, it was originally he said the ground was perfectly flat. There was no slope. He said, but since then, in French we said ça a travaillé. It works. Like it's not perfectly flat anymore. But at the origin, it was perfectly flat. So that's that. You have those two shills with no construction background who said I didn't use the proper tool, the level, to calculate the level. I have first-hand measurement. Craig said I was winning the debate if I brought measurement, which I did. Oh, that was my conclusion.
Thank you very much. You guys got a minute. Go ahead and start when you want. Oops, before I take you off mute then. Danny, now you can start.
Yeah, Toon, you first.
Yeah, cool. Well, we did show measurements of the curve of the surface of water. So,
Yeah, you showed evidence second hand. Okay, you didn't show, you didn't take any measurement. You didn't get out of mom's basement. So, of the curvature of the earth, the alleged curvature of the earth, which wasn't the topic, of the water, okay, in a lake with no drainage system, but that was the topic, the draining system. So on so many levels, quote unquote, it's irrelevant from A to Z. I don't understand why even one person could have said that I've lost this debate. And not only that I've been humiliated. That doesn't make any sense. You can't have a functioning brain and thinking that I've lost that debate.
there. Thanks for that. Good. It's been good. Thanks a lot, Kevin and Jaron. Especially thank you to you and people that are in Jaron's chat. If you're not in here super chatting him, what are you thinking about? You get in here. You super chat him. All right. All right, Craig.
Yeah. Thank you for having me on again, Kevin. Jaron, sorry. Kevin, yeah, you didn't use the right tool, so therefore you didn't actually bring any correct measurements of any.
What tool did you use, Craig? Oh, that's it. None.
It was quite impressive how big your failure was there. Good job. Oh, and I may not be.
He's pissed off here, right? Your failure was, how did I fail? Because you said it wasn't the proper tool? Who are you to say that? Have you worked in construction before? Did you even ask to a construction worker before saying it wasn't the proper tool? No. You put that out of your ass.
Construction, but I am an engineer. So there is that. But yeah, cheers, Jaron. Thank you very much. After show on Tune's channel.
Okay, we've got the super chats to go, and then we will be good. Let me get to those. But thank you guys for being here. Appreciate it. And let's see. Up first, we've got somebody. Alvin says, McToon, does glass distort our vision?
Of course it does. Yeah, and if it's designed to do right, yeah, glasses do that. But there's different glass that's designed to do different things, of course, and like lenses in a camera have multiple parts to them so that they don't have chromatic aberration. Things like the canopy of an air.
See, all what he says, it's true that glass can modify the vision, but how is it relevant to the topic? Like, my laser doesn't go through glass. The ice is not glass. It doesn't go through the ice either. That's irrelevant to the topic. Well, that's not his fault because it was a question asked. But the question was completely irrelevant to the topic. I know where he wanted to go, but that's grasping at straws.
Plane has different layers in it to reduce the amount of
When I say grasping at straws, I mean the person who asked the question. Toon has no choice to answer what the question was, but it's completely irrelevant again. But Toon is used to be irrelevant, so he answers an irrelevant question, and they think they win the debate, just like the pigeon on the chessboard.
Modification that it has to, when you're looking at it, has to be very precise. Otherwise, it's a problem for the pilots. So the aviation industry has requirements for that, if that's what you're getting at. But yeah.
Thank you, Alvin, very much. We've got Taking Back Eden says, if FE is true, how should government release the news? I'm not sure who that's to. If anybody wants to answer that.
It's not true.
Yeah, don't use legacy media because no one's going to believe that anyway.
Okay. McToon, if FE is true, should people go to prison?
Well,
Frankly, right there, I didn't want to answer the questions. I just wanted this to end. I was hungry as fuck. I had a big day. I didn't eat. I was biking nonstop all day. I just wanted this thing to end. There was a question. I didn't want to answer the question. Now that I saw the other question about how they could announce it, I could answer. I would like to, but in the mood I was at the time, I knew I won that debate like no contest. I don't understand why people could say that I've lost that debate. It's completely delusional and dishonest. But I just wanted to go heat.
if the globe is true, should people go to prison? I think is a fair turnaround to that, and I think the answer to both of those is no. But this person is definitely suggesting that I think they think that somebody should go to prison, and so since the globe is definitely true, and we presented measurements of it here today, then who should go to prison? They're taking back Eden. Is that who asked it?
Yes, it was. Okay, we've got the final experiment messaging us. Says, did the three of you, Jaron, McToon, Craig, receive our email invitation? We want to make sure everyone knows about the final experiment. I did receive it.
Super excited, yeah. I can't wait for whatever this final experiment is. I have spoken to science and let them know that they're not allowed to do any more experiments after that. So, yeah, thanks.
The final. I look at it like it's a Willy Wonka golden ticket. So I got my golden ticket, and I got a couple other people that sent me screenshots of their golden ticket. So I don't know. All I know is that, Jaron, you got one. Do you know of any other flat earthers that got it?
I believe Weiss got one.
Okay.
But you did think it was me at first.
I kind of did, because you're doing that experiment here coming up in April.
Oh yeah, I'm not. I have nothing. I have no idea who it is.
Okay. All right. Well, anyway,
we all received it. Yes.
Yeah, cool. All right. Well, yeah, I'm looking forward to finding out what that is.
And what is the date again? Like the March 31st?
Well, March 31st, the description of the video says that the participants will be announced.
Okay.
So you go to, it's the final experiment is the YouTube channel.
All right. It's coming up.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, next time, because Tony Nahum, or I don't know if I pronounce it correctly, but you know who he is. He would like to join us, visit 2. Would you be
running
would you be down for that?
But Kevin, I thought you had announced at the beginning that you were retiring.
Came out of retirement.
I was all sad, and now you're already. It's only been an hour.
I know, but it was fun. It was fun to own you. I took measurement, and that wasn't the right tool. I mean, who you guys are to say? Of course, you're gonna say that because you're against me in the debate.
Metrology is a real field, and we're familiar with.
Well, look what Toon is doing. Metrology is the right field, and after that he said, "I'm sure you don't know what metrology means." He's trying, to make me look ignorant, dude. You were ignorant to the topic from A to Z. Like, even if you come up with one word that I don't know, do you want me to dress a list, to make a list of all the words you don't know in French? It doesn't make any sense.
Metrology. I don't think you are.
Yeah. You're familiar with your computer. You're familiar with Mom's basement too.
I don't think you know what the word metrology even means.
Okay, taking back.
Yeah. You're in Mom's basement. You're not familiar with measurements.
You laugh at us about living in our mum's basement, but both Toon and I have our own place with family and wife and children. You live alone and are a delivery.
Okay, that's the point where I wanted to. Why I kept going and I didn't stop the review. Okay, there he's saying. Okay, he didn't get it that when I was saying mom's basement, I didn't mean literally in their mom's basement. I meant they don't go out of their little room there where they edit their video. They don't do research, okay? And he's mocking me because I'm a bike messenger. He says delivery boy, but he know very well that I'm a bike messenger. He's trying to make it as stupid as possible. But the thing is, when you're a bike messenger, you go from tall buildings to tall buildings and you see panoramas from everywhere, and you see, okay, people's gonna say, oh, you're not high enough to see the curve. But when like I'm gonna say in the debate, like, I'm high enough to see that there is no curve. And people are gonna say, oh, I've been in skyscraper sometimes. Yeah, but this is my life, to go every day, every fucking day. I never miss a day of job, okay? And I can't explain the way I see the world, but you're not seeing the world as I see it. Okay? That's what I wanted to explain. And mocking me because I'm a delivery boy is very dishonest, because it's an advantage seeing the world the way I see it. Okay? I posted a series of photos and videos the other day, but it's never like in real life. Like when I went to the CN Tower and I posted the video and the photo, it's never like when you see it in real life. Never. So I can't explain to you how I see life, but you are not seeing life the way I see it. And being a quote unquote delivery boy, my bike messenger, okay, I see the flat earth every day. I see it. Okay? You don't. You are in mom's basement editing video and laughing at people who do actual research.
Boy, so that's not the thing you should be poking on.
Hey, do you know? Hey,
got the ones living a depressing.
All right, keep us on track.
Ryan, yes. Globe Team, are you Team Satan or Team Creator? Asks Taking Back Eden.
I mean, I'm neither.
That's good.
I'm an atheist, so neither of those options really apply to me.
Oh, for the record, I'm an atheist too. It is possible to notice that the earth is flat, which is reality, but not believing in any gods. I may be wrong about the gods. Maybe they exist, but I doubt it. But yeah, I am an atheist flat earther.
I'm Team Creator.
Very good. Ozian would have something to say about that. Question and answers. Thank you very much for joining the Journalism Club. We've got New Moon says, I'm looking for a laser experiment on water by Globies.
That's a terrible way to measure things.
Yes. We wouldn't do that because that's not the right way to do it. So, yeah.
Yeah, metrology is real. So study it.
Hey, guys, is it okay if I leave because my job is done here and I'm hungry? I had
Let
a
me
big
see.
day.
Let me see if there's any questions for you that I can see off the top of my head here. Yeah, we got one here. This one says, to the flat earther, I measure flatness and levelness of professionally done concrete slabs in construction. They aren't perfectly flat. Do you believe random construction workers or the guy who measures this stuff?
Here, okay, random construction worker, I assume that he means the construction guys which I talk to at PVM, okay, which are real construction worker. Do I believe those real construction worker which I talk to in real life, or some guy that commented on YouTube and says that he's a construction worker? I don't know. What about you?
Well, I see buildings every day. That's what I do. I'm a courier. I go to in buildings every day. And yes, the floors are perfectly flat. They don't follow some curvature of the earth. And another thing about my job, courier, you laugh, oh, you're a delivery boy. I see the world a way that no one sees that. I see the world from above. And of course, you're going to see, you're not high enough to see the curve, but I'm high enough to see that there is no curve. If I could lend my eyes to you so you can see what I see, okay? I see the world from all different angles. What?
You try and imply I've
What,
never
Craig?
climbed a hill. I've climbed mountains.
No,
Yeah, he said I climb mountain. He knows I'm a snowboarder. I have pictures of me on tops of several mountains in my Facebook. But when he climbed mountains, so he says, because Craig says a lot of things. Eh? He ran marathons. He was a pro mountain biker. He is a black belt second dan in some sort of karate. He was captain of two rugby teams. He was a successful musician. He operated a nuclear reactor, and on top of all that, I'm sure I'm forgetting some things because there's always something new. He was addicted to opioids for 13 years, so that's 13 years less in his life to accomplish what he says he did accomplish, quote unquote, and. Yeah, Craig. Oh, yeah, he went to Antarctica in a submarine. It never ends. It never ends. It's like at some point, okay, whoa, it's enough. And he doesn't deny any of this, eh? I challenge you to go ask about it to Craig. He doesn't deny, and he always has something new. Like, he didn't say he was a musician. Like, he said a successful musician. Yeah, I doubt it. Anyway, let's go on.
No. You've been in a building. I know. That is my life. I go every day. You're not going every day in a skyscraper, in different skyscraper every day, everywhere. You're not go- I'm not saying you've never been. And for some,
I don't understand why he's laughing now. Because, oh yeah, what I wanted to say is when he climbed mountains, if he did, he wasn't into the global flat earth debate. Because if he was 13 years addicted to opioid when he injured himself, that would be before that he climbed mountains. Okay? So the global flat earth debate wasn't a thing back then. So me too, I went on top of mountains before I was a flat earther, but I wasn't thinking about that. So that's irrelevant. Okay? And he didn't go on top of any mountain since then because he can barely walk.
you're gonna say, oh, in a plane, the window is that big. It's not the same thing. If you say, oh, in a plane, it's because you don't know what you're talking about. Okay, you've seen my video from the CN Tower. Okay, the CN Tower is very high, and the view it's 360 degree. Okay, you don't have that kind of sight.
That's
in
adorable,
your life.
Kevin. That's
You
adorable.
don't have
Yeah,
that
that's
kind of
adorable.
sight.
That's just precious.
Yeah, well, you don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, Kevin,
You
we're
can
down a
say
few.
what you want, but you don't know what you're talking about. That is my life, and you don't have this life.
They laugh nervously and they tell me, oh, it's adorable, because they don't know. They don't have a clue what they're talking about. They don't. I know. You know why? Because I do that. I'm the bike messenger. I know what I see every day, and I know that they don't. Okay? They don't.
You're seeing you're seeing the world through a computer, and you insult people on the internet. That's your life.
You're on Facebook way more than me.
What does it have to do with anything? I'm on Facebook way more than me. That doesn't change the fact that I go from tall buildings to tall buildings every day, and he sees the world through his computer. I don't think he got the point of what I was saying here.
So,
Dude, every time I turn on Facebook,
I was saying so. What's the relevance of saying that I'm on Facebook? Because even when I work, I check my Facebook. If I got the notification and I'm in an elevator or I'm in standby, what we call standby is when I have nothing to do, I go on Facebook. And yeah, I'm on Facebook a lot. I have interaction on Facebook, but that doesn't change the fact that I'm going from tall buildings to tall buildings every day of my life, and he doesn't.
6 notifications. Kevin's made a post about you. There's a new thing by Kevin. Kevin's made a...
Look at the McToon, he laughs, and I go on Facebook. So why do you laugh? That doesn't change the fact that I see the world differently than you.
How you?
Hey,
You-
do I see? Okay.
Facebook.
Do I see the world from above? Well, I don't.
You see? Okay? They're laughing. Like, okay, you're laughing because you brought up an argument that makes absolutely no sense. That's not relevant how much I am on Facebook. I'm saying I see the world from above because I go from tall buildings to tall buildings every day of my life. And you don't. And you're saying that I'm on Facebook more than you. How is that relevant to fucking seeing the world from above?
I don't know what it has to
All
do
right.
with anything.
Kevin, I'm
You're on
circling.
Facebook more than me.
I'm circling. Expects to see 1 degree of curve. I circled that, but I didn't get.
Okay,
I didn't
All
get-
right. So as I was saying, I'm hungry. I had a big
you
day.
can go. Thank you very
The
much.
world from above.
And if you want to do it again, you reach out to me with your partner, and we'll see if we can get you some opponents. Thank
My
you much.
partner, you mean Tony?
Yeah, whoever you said. I didn't hear who you said wanted to. Be.
Yeah, Tony Naum is a flat earther, and he wants to partner with me against them. Apparently, it's gonna be fun.
Okay, come up with a topic. I'm sure.
All right, so I'm gonna wrap this up. It's a 2 hour 45 minutes, so I'm pretty sure no Glober will watch it because it's too long for them, and they will keep saying, "You've been owned, you've been destroyed, you've been humiliated," because they didn't understand what the fuck was going on. So signing off and see you on Facebook. I'm gonna post eventually the chat with the guy from the arena and the chat with the people from the Thousand La Gauche, which is the tallest building in Montreal. And yeah, this debate isn't over. The debatism is over, but this debate is gonna go on. And as I was saying, I'm gonna buy an even better level. I'm gonna put something underneath over the ice, so it's not over the eye. It's so the laser wouldn't be bent by the ice, like all the stupidity they say. So bottom line, they didn't even address the topic. Craig avoided it, and Toon didn't even understand it. So, be the judge of that. The judge of that. I've won that debate like in every country of the world. All right. See you guys on Facebook and maybe YouTube at some point one day.